Hey there, Booksties. It's Friday, so it's time to do my weekly reading wrap up where I go over the books that I read this week and what I am currently reading. This past week, I DNF'd one book and I read five. Out of the five books that I read, there were three 5 stars, so let's get into them. So we'll start off with the book that I DNF'd this week. Name of the Game. I got about 40% into it and realized that I just did not care about the characters or where the story was going. I also felt like the story was going into weird directions that I wasn't really caring about. And this is supposed to have fake dating, and at 40%, there was no fake dating going on. So it was time to put it down. So the first book that I read this week, and also the first 5-star book, was Vows of Blood and Deception. This is book 2 in the series. There's also a novella. I gave the first book 5 stars, and I gave this one 5 stars. This series is so, so good. So the first one is Web of Vows and Vengeance. And book 2 picks up right where book 1 left off. I love how bigger this world gets. I love the new magic. I love how I absolutely hated the MMC in book 1 and then fell in love with him all over again in book 2. Like, how did she do that? The first one has like dangerous trials, and then this one is at the end of those dangerous trials where she wins. She gets a wish and she gets everything that was kind of taken from her before the trials happen. And she learns a lot more about herself, about her family. There's a great found family in this. And to get more answers about her magic and her family, she must go on an epic quest. And along the way, the stakes get a lot higher, and there's dangers, and there's bonded dire wolves. And this was just so, so good. I just loved all the twists and turns in this, and the ending leaves on a crazy cliffhanger. And thank God the next one is coming out this fall because I don't have to wait that long. But like I said, if you haven't started the series, I highly, highly suggest it. It's so, so good. It's just romantasy perfection. And next I read Ruin. This is a dark stalker romance. I had such a good time with this one. This follows Silas, who is the MMC. He owns a taboo sex club where all the members have to wear masks. And Ember is the FMC, and she is a photographer that was hired to kind of take pictures of the club. And he takes one look at her and is like, she is not going to be able to handle this world. And she proves him wrong. But in his determination to try and like ruin her, he becomes a little obsessed, starts stalking, and then he realizes that, you know what, she is mine. It's so good. The spice is really good. I loved the whole taboo sex club in it, and it has kidnapping in it as well. And he ends up being like her hero, and it's really good. I had a great time. I gave this 4 stars. And the second 5-star book I read this week was Caught Up. This is the third book in the Windy City series, and each book just keeps getting better and better in the series. The men in the series keep getting better and better and better. Kai Rhodes, Baseball Daddy, yes, I love him so much. The devotion that he has for his son, but the mouth on him in the bedroom. Yes, he was easily someone to fall in love with. And I absolutely loved Miller, who is the FMC in this, who is hired to be kind of like a temporary nanny for him for the summer. And of course, there's attraction there and tension, and it was so good. She did frustrate me towards the end, but finally realized her error and came back. And the epilogue in this book was one of my favorite epilogues of all time. It was absolute perfection. I loved it so much. This is probably one of my top contemporary romances of all time. I absolutely love this series. I cannot wait to get into Isaiah and Kennedy's book next month. Yeah, this series is so good. It's worth all the hype. And if you haven't started it, I highly suggest. And then next I read By Blade I Protect. I gave this 3 stars. I love a good dark mafia romance. I love a good possessive, obsessive MMC, and I loved Wolf, the MMC in this. However, this is Insta Love, and I am not a fan of Insta Love. I need the tension and the banter and the slow burn, and I did not get that in this. But like I said, I absolutely loved Wolf in this. He's like cocky and psychotic in like the best way. Like he literally goes into a warehouse and takes down like 6 men on his own. Like he is a badass. I absolutely love that. This is Forbidden Love because she is the Dawn's daughter and he works for the Dawn. So I did like that aspect. They have to keep their relationship kind of secret. It does kind of leave unfinished, but I don't feel like I am invested in the characters to continue the story, unfortunately. And last but not least, I read This Side by Drea Scott. This is the second book that I've read by this author and the second 5-star that I've given this author. I am officially a fan for life. She writes characters that are so real and you just get so emotionally invested in them that they are just like you're living the life with them. Well, I absolutely loved this love story, and this is book 1 in a duet, and it leaves on a cliffhanger, and I do really need to get book 2 like ASAP because I need to know what happens. This is childhood friends. This follows Brent and Callie Ray. They meet when they're 8 years old, living in a trailer park together. Do not have the best childhood. It's pretty traumatic, especially for her. They're kind of each other's safe space, and their friendship really develops. And then it grows into something more, and it's just absolutely beautiful. They're each other's first, like everything, and you just watch that journey with them up until they leave for college at the end. I was laughing and crying and all of the emotions in between. This was just a beautiful, emotional story about friendship and love and finding home in a person. And I am currently reading Seasons of War. I'm about 40% into it. The epilogue really hooked me in and got me interested in this. And then the momentum kind of slowed down. It is kind of slow for me. I am still invested. I want to know what happens. There's kind of like a miscommunication trope going, and I understand why it's there. It's just a little frustrating for me. But we will see how it goes. All right, and that was my weekly reading wrap up. Let me know what you read this week, and until next time, happy reading.